Okay. This should be it. Let me... What's up, guys? It's me, Epstein, none other. And I'm back on my old channel, guys. We're back on our old channel. Bye, Mark. Yeah, I can't see shit because I got all that stuff in the back. So we'll just use our camera here. I can't fully rely on it. So I missed you guys so much. I missed you so much, guys. So I've been at a nice hotel. I have a new channel. It's called 7 with the number 7. I'll type it out. This is my new channel. Hey, Rena, what's up, baby? I got suspended. I got a strike, which suspended me from streaming for a week. But then I went back and read the email that Google sent me. I logged into my main account, and I got that strike over a week ago now. So I created a new account, and I thought, oh, because it may be linked or tied to the other one, because it was a sock account that I turned into a secondary account, which I'm typing out for you now. Here's my second account. It's called 7 Abby Oakley 7. 7, just the number 7, then Abby, A-B-B-Y, Oakley, O-A-K-L-E-Y, and then the number 7 again. So, alright, what's up, Coachism? See, here's all my people. Stress Mess, how are you? I'm not sure who striked me. I haven't actually logged into a computer to see that. So, I've been away. I got me a new car, guys. You like it? Look at the lights on this sucker. They're a lot brighter. Here, let me park again, and you can see. This car, god damn, it's huge too. So. But I'm going to show. Remember our shitty lights that I could barely see out of? Take a look at these lights, guys. Bam! Look at those bright. That'll definitely light you up, won't it? They're LEDs. So, I'm real excited. Sorry I was gone for a week. I was fussing at Milton, so I got a strike for that. Meanwhile, on his, his video where he shows his penis and gets naked, that video's still up, right? That's still up. On his I'm drunk but I'm coming on anyway video, me and David, aka Noodles, were talking about it. He shows his penis, and that doesn't get flagged. But me coming on here, which if you guys, I rented a nice hotel for you guys. I even extended the stay, hoping that I'd be able to stream for you guys because I covered a lot. But that just didn't happen. That's the cop too. Shit. I don't have tags on my car yet. Anyway, I didn't get to do it. I thought, I feel really bad because my audience doesn't want to look up a new account. I know that that's annoying, and I did create one. I've got some videos uploaded to it. I'll read your comments in just a second. I got some videos uploaded to it that at least shows you guys a little bit of what I got to do. There was some more longer, more important videos that I made that were really emotional for me. And see, it takes forever to upload a video from my phone, and I always have my phone in my hand. So anytime I open an app, it stops the uploading. So when I make an 11-minute video that I made to Milton and Noodles, primarily John though, that was really heartfelt, really, really heartfelt for me. It took so long that I just gave up on it. But I guess I could just leave it alone, whenever I have television or something on, which is rare. But yeah, I spent a week at the nice hotel here in Coeur d'Alene. I went swimming. I videotaped all this. I wanted to stream it for you guys. but that didn't happen. I did make a video of me buying this car, putting down $1,000 on it. It won't take me long to pay this off though. And again, I've got some videos up on the 7 Abbey Oakley 7. I may be streaming from that a little bit, but as of right now, we're back to our old, our old faithful channel, which is my 7 Abby Brooke 7 Savang 7 channel. And guys, Savang is easy if you ever want to find it. It's just typing out the letter 7 and then the letter G, which is the 7th letter of the alphabet. Those 3 sevens mean something, okay? They're if you look up what 777s mean, you might understand it a little bit better, because I don't want to go into depth with that, but I'm taking us through downtown. This car has a brand new windshield on it. It has new brakes, new LED headlights. This system here, this touch screen, has new battery, new struts, there's a cop right there. There's 2 cops right there. See back there? I don't want to get pulled over for holding my phone up. There's nowhere to put a phone. If I hook it up like with my old one, it's not going to work. Hey, Pick a Rick, what's up? So yeah, the new channel, 7 Abbey Oakley 7, I did get striked and was banned for a week from live streaming. I'm going to park down here. But yeah, this car I'm very proud of. This car will also get me to and from a transplant center. If I wanted to go to one in fucking North Carolina, I could drive down there. That's how reliable I trust this car is. The man that owned it belonged to his wife for 17 years, guys, and he is a mechanic. So he did his wife's car up right. And it was a blessing for me. We're going to park over here by the lake so I can read your guys' comments, because I've missed you. I feel really stupid being in that hotel thinking, oh, I can't stream from my Abbey Oakley 7 account because it's somehow connected to my Abby Brooke 7 Savang primary account, when that isn't the case. I just needed to enable streaming from the new 7 Abbey Oakley 7 account. And I just now figured out to do that tonight. The night of the day that I checked out of that nice hotel I rented for you guys. And for myself, but mainly for you guys. For like a week I stayed there. I even extended the stay. $522, because I really wanted to wait out my strike, my week's worth that, gave me a week of not being able to live stream for you guys. I really wanted to wait that out, but I couldn't. So what happened to the old car is I was driving down the interstate. I was going, and then all of a sudden I went from 70 miles an hour to pushing my, gas pedal in. And she was stopping. She was slowing down. The transmission gave out, okay? Transmission gave out on the car, which I'd been anticipating for a while. I'm surprised that little old car got me around for 2 years like it did. So, yeah, I went from 70 down to 30 in less than 2 minutes. I got rear-ended. I was fine. I didn't get hurt. But there went my car. There went my only source of transportation. 2 days later, I found another car. I'd been saving money, granted, but, I fly by cash like it's nothing. I mean, I had $10,000 saved. By the time it came for my car to, and I had just cleaned out that car too, the very same day it gave out. I cleaned it out. But, by the time the transmission on the sucker finally gave out, I only had about like $1,500 saved for a car, and $530 of it I put toward a hotel. just to have like a staycation kind of thing. So I only had $1,000 to put down, and it's an interesting story. The gentleman who sold me this car, I'll tell you guys in a minute. But I want to see what you guys are saying. Hey, Abby, I missed you. Who striked you? I'm not sure, dear. It looks nice. Damn nice car. If it is small and can't be seen, does it really count? What? No, this is a great big old car. It's actually, I told my mother what kind of car I got, and she said, God, that's a huge car, and I didn't realize how right she was until I started driving it. It's 7, just type in the number 7, and then Abby, A-B-B-Y, and then space, it may not be a space, Oakley, O-A-K-L-E-Y. Carrie picked out the Abby Oakley name. And then the number 7 again, but it may not be a space, guys. I'm trying to find North Carolina. Come on and raise up. And we represent. See, now I had 2 people in my stream on my new account. And I did type it above earlier. It may not be a space. Usually these YouTube channel names aren't spaced. But I will link it for you guys after the stream. I can't do it right now. You found it. Will somebody post a link to it? Can you guys do that? Does YouTube allow that? Well, I missed you too, Rick. I saw you on Henderson's the other day. I did watch your part. Was it Henderson? Yeah, it was Anderson. And you were just so sweet. You were like, I've been swatted 5 or 6 times. I was the one that originally threatened to swat Anderson. If you go to my 7 Abby Oakley 7 account, Anderson made a video apologizing to me because he had a catheter put up his fucking dick because he took a handful of pills that made him stop pissing. So, he thinks, oh, I have to forgive Abby because now I've endured the pain that she has with end-stage kidney failure. You know, do you know how many times I've had catheters put up me, folks? That little boy thinks that he's endured the type of pain that I've endured with end-stage kidney failure, so he has to forgive me. Please, what a joke. That's insulting to me. So initially I did forgive him, you know, that old, oh, he can do no wrong, forgive him came out. And I made a video on that new 7 Abby Oakley 7 account. But then I retracted that shit. I don't forgive him. Fuck him. He can take a walk off a long cliff. And I made a video on there that said something to the effect of, go and look at my video, a long comment thread on a video I made before where I was getting breakfast at the hotel. And it was me and Noodles talking. And I said a lot of examples that are true, that are 100% true. Okay, well, I have to, I don't know. Irina, are you still here? You're a mod, aren't you? The 7 Abby Oakley 7 account I will be streaming from a little bit. I'm afraid to stream from this account now that it's acquired a strike. I usually let my shit alone until the strikes. Okay. I thought I had Rena. I can't. I'd make you one, Rick. You're a good mod. I can't make them, though, while I'm live. But this account has acquired a strike. The last time that happened, little Anderson Henderson, now that we're speaking of him, that struck this channel. So, of all people, man, really? And I waited out that strike. That took 3 months. And I plan to do the same for this one. So you may be seeing me stream over there more. So keep an eye out for me linking either in the description. Yeah, in the description, my new account. I will be doing that. And I thought you were, Miss Rena. Anyway. Sorry about that, guys. So, it's pretty cool. You can see that this plays DVDs, this plays CDs, this does You know, I owned a 2008 Infiniti, and that was the nicest car I've ever owned. And it had a similar, it wasn't touch screen, you know, you couldn't, you know, but it was similar, you know, it had the screen. But you couldn't do as many things as you can do on this. I've been playing around with it a little bit. For instance, you could do different themes on this. We can do it. We can take that off, put it on, take it off. Oops. I accidentally turned my volume down. See? And then look at this. You can do new subscriber. Pick a Rick. Thank you for subbing, baby. Yeah, it was funny that, here, let's make her blue. I like that. I think that's cute. I think that's one of the cooler things about this car. I don't know why, but that just tickles me. It's 12:44 a.m. I got a Mazda 6. Mazda 6. And literally everything works on this car because it's been owned by a mechanic for a long time. But she has a lot of mileage on her, but she's had so many parts replaced that it's worth way more than what I'm paying for it. It really is. And it will get me to and from Seattle if I pick Seattle to get a transplant. And if I've actually registered in a few more states because I've had people threaten to call Seattle and Spokane. So there's states that the wait lists aren't as long. And I'm in the process. One of them I've already registered in. And I won't be revealing those for that exact reason. So I can hop my happy ass down there anytime. I'm just going through the process right now, starting it anyway. And American Kidney Foundation does pay for a lot of the travel and staying and the expenses and all that. But we can continue to look at the lake here, and you can walk out there to that bridge, guys. I've walked out there to that bridge. Coeur d'Alene has the world's longest floating boardwalk, and this is it. So, thank you, oldie but goodie. Thank you. I told you guys I'd get me a car. I'm proud of myself because this car didn't come from somebody feeling sorry for me and really just kind of giving it to me like the Ford. This car didn't come from my husband dying and me paying $28,000 cash out of insurance money like with the Infiniti. This car came from strictly my savings, my hard work, and me saving money, which is really difficult for me. So this is all, me. This is all me. This is something I've earned, so I'm really proud of it. And it's beautiful. I mean, it's so souped up. It's insane. Yeah. Hello there, Cindy. What's up, baby? What's up? Actually, that looks kind of dull, doesn't it? I want to take it back to, let's try a green. See if that looks, it looks better with the blue. But yeah, remember how I used to tell you guys, I can't see my lights, my lights suck. Well, you can see out of those. He put Ellie on the Berg show. What's up, Bergs? Fake or real, I don't care. We're out here at the lake. Well, I had my window down earlier. Coeur d'Alene Resort. I'm sorry that I was apologizing to my audience because I missed you guys. That I did something stupid like get a strike. Oh, look, there's 2 people down there. Look at that. Yeah. Now, it's cold out here, guys. Look, this sumbitch tells you the temp. Well, let me zoom out. 78? It's not 78 outside. I don't believe that. No way. Might be, I don't know. It could just be that we're out here at the water, and it's always cooler near the water, and I'm literally right on top of it, so. Camp Crystal Lake, Jason Voorhees. Okay. I was hoping you was okay, and glad you are. Thank you, Stress Mess. There's 15 of you in here. Talk to me. I'm here for you guys. I missed you guys. Let's, well, see, this is all the shit in my back seat that I took to the hotel, but we have, my hair's a hot mess. I can't rely on that alone, that back camera. So, actually, what am I doing? We can just drive, right? We can just drive. Just roll the windows up. I got this car washed the day I got it, and I'd be damned if it didn't rain. It didn't need it. And just, I plan on taking very good care of this car. Oh, no, I need to take a medication. So, we're going to have to park. I ain't wanting to park here, that's for sure, damn it. I'm in neutral. Can somebody help me? It's been so long since my daddy taught me how to drive a big rig and back end trailer. How he'd have a truck and he'd be like, he wouldn't rest until I learned how to he'd, hitch a trailer on it. And he'd be like, you back in this trailer now. You learn how to do this. You're going to learn how to drive a big car. You're going to learn how to do this. My father started teaching me how to drive at age 11, a regular car. And then he moved on up to big old cars. And then I actually drove a semi, too, once. Down the mountains of Asheville. And, he was real big on, don't ride your brakes, don't ride your brakes, they'll give out, your brakes will give out. And they actually had pits, like sand pits set up for if the 16, 18 wheelers gave out, if their brakes gave out on the way down Asheville Mountains, you could fly into those, if you can maneuver it long enough, but they had them every mile or every couple miles. You could roll right into them sand dune pits, and they'd stop your truck or car. So my father taught me how to drive, and then I legally started learning how to drive at age 15. I got a permit, got my license in a Lexus at 16. So I mean, it's been 10, 15 years since I've wrecked a car. But he would be so, if I called my daddy on the phone right now and he answered, and I said, Daddy, I'm having trouble. And these seats are powered. My seat rises up and goes front and back, and the back portion, does this. So I'm up. I'm not as far as up as I could be, but if I go up in the air, well, I guess I won't hit the ceiling. But you see how this dash is so different? It's huge. It's hard to see. It was a big old car. But if I told my daddy, Dad, I'm having trouble maneuvering this car, it's too big, he'd be so ashamed. As many hours as he taught me, and then I'd sneak off into foster care, and I'd sneak out when I had a car at 16 because I aged out at 18, and he'd spend hours teaching me. Hours. I mean, because I got taken away at 13. So I had to sneak away to meet my parents whenever I became of legal driving age. Yes, it's an automatic. I cannot drive a manual. I suck at it. I was hoping you was okay. What are you doing riding in the middle of the night? Oh, none for you guys. For you. Plus, I just woke up. I wondered what happened to you. Well, Rick, I'm shocked. Don't y'all... Oh, look, now he's got his girl. This is the first place me and Marcus had our first date. Now, she's a hefty girl, but she's beautiful. She was out there in her sundress, and she looked good. I remember when I first met Marcus, I took him. Now, I can legally pick him up, but he don't want to be picked up tonight. But I have some videos on of Marcus, too, that I took, and one of them I uploaded. He's kind of in the dark. But I took Marcus on our first date over here, so it'd be funny if they were on their first date because they were out there on the beach picking for seashells and looking at them geese. That's not geese. What is that? Yeah, those are geese. Those are wild geese, though. They will attack, even though they're domesticated. They're all along this beach. They will follow you and they'll attack your ass. The ducks don't. And the seagulls typically don't, but the goose do. Luckily, though, that's why you didn't see them go over here. They went over there. Let me turn her around because I'm left-handed and I'm holding her with my left hand. So now you can see better and you don't have to worry about my finger getting in front of the camera. But yeah, I did upload some content to that new channel. I just wish I would have known that all I had to do was enable Streamlabs, enable in the Google settings for me to be able to stream on that account. And then I could have streamed through Streamlabs for you guys. So if this account acquires another strike, that is where I will be streaming. Okay? And now I know how to set it up. So we're good. I want to runaway lanes. What are you talking about, Bergs? Are you drunk? Crazy. I'm a southpaw too. Good pool shooter. Oh, nice. Nice. Yes. Pledge allegiance to the left-handed folks, people, because we're more intelligent than right. No, there's an old saying, you're more creative if you're left-handed. There it is. Yes, sir. But it may not be spaced. I don't know. So if you can't find it the first time, try not putting in some spaces. I know I didn't. I don't think I put. Did I put spaces between those 7s and Abby? I don't think I did. I don't know. I didn't think YouTube was that peculiar over you know. And my lights lit up his truck. You know, I used to despise people with LED lights. Every time I'd see them, it'd make me think of my Infinity. But now I'm one of those people. And I need to be one of those people because I'm straight fucking blind. and you know, that kind of worries me. It really does. But then again, I don't have glasses. Maybe if I get glasses, I won't be as blind. But I don't want to I never ever wanted to go to the DMV. You can see them goose out there, look. See the little son of bitches rolling. Now they will attack, especially you get them in a group. You don't want to go out there at night alone. I mean, you can. Yeah, there's a bunch of them out there. But you get out on the water, you don't want to walk over there. Oh, that's a short deck or pier or whatever. This is the boardwalk. The world's longest floating boardwalk. That's where you want to walk. There's nothing out there going to hurt you. Plus, you get to see all the beautiful scenery of the resort and all the flowers and stuff they've planted as you do. But by doing that, you're going to fucking freeze the more you get out in the water. Until, like, you know, late or, you know, mid-August. And you still freeze. It's a lake, folks. But, you know, this is such a notorious spot, it's worth it. And it's so beautiful, guys. Especially during, like, holidays, like 4th of July. Ooh, boy. Woo! You know, they'll have really cheap boat, well, not cheap, but not expensive boat cruises and stuff. Christmas, it's all lit up. I've shown you guys. And, Carlos, Daddy Carlos is here. I figured it out, Daddy. Carlos was one of the first ones, the first one to comment on my, new account. Boy, Daddy Carlos was up on it, wasn't he? On that new account. Hey, baby, what's up? I love you too. Yeah, no spaces. So, the Abby Oakley 7 account has been typed out correctly. And again, I typed it at the beginning. But no spaces to find it. That's the secondary account. If this account acquires another strike, I will be streaming strictly from that account until both of the strikes are gone. So, yeah, just a space between Abby and Oakley. Oh, see, you guys are so sweet. I love you guys. I missed you so much. I feel like such an idiot for not knowing, you know, that, all I had to do was fucking link the new account to fucking Streamlabs, and I could, sorry, and I could, you know, and I could have been streaming for you guys when I extended my stay and paid an extra $300 to do so. I booked that hotel from Friday to Tuesday. I got the strike on the 2nd or 3rd. Told me I had to wait a week to stream again. Made a new account, hoping I could stream. Got error 403 on Streamlabs. Like a douchebag, didn't think to look up what error 403 means until after I got out of the hotel, which was today. And that just means you need to enable the account for streaming. So I could have been streaming from that account. And I apologize to you guys that I didn't. But I did upload some videos, just not all the ones that I wanted to. But I still have them in my phone. So, you know, I still can. It just takes forever. And with this account, you know, I got striked. I don't know by who. But all I got to do is log into a computer to figure out who did that, which I should have done at the Hotel Business Center, which I thought about doing, but I never got around to doing it. And sorry, this cop's riding down this. I haven't taken her to the DMV yet, and there's cops riding behind me, so. Which is fine. I've already called the non-emergency number and asked, what do I need? And I only need proof of insurance, bill of sale, which I currently have a lien on it, and title with a lien. My title's with the lien, and then a bill of sale, so. No. Sorry about that. Yeah, but see, Melton John made a video crying, which is pitiful. I felt bad for him. I understand his uploading a little bit more now, because Stress Mess says, I bet it was Melton. Well, the thing with Melton is that, you know, he showed his bare ass on film. He showed his pecker in that video twice, almost. But one, you could fully see half his cock. And that's still up. You guys don't bother, you know. But I guess you think he's the only one with the problem because he plays victim so well. So he's the only one, you know, with the problem, right? I got striked for for fussing at him, but he can come on here and show his raw cock, and y'all don't strike him, right? That's how it works. And I'm a person that's never struck a channel. I know for a fact that Melton John has plenty of times. Melton John has called for my channel to be striked because he's jealous of it. Because I've had mine the same time he's had his. I became a big part of this channel not even a year after it was created. And it's there's no comparison in the success it's had compared to his. So he's jealous of that. He can't be happy for me like I'm happy for him and other people. Patty! I emailed you, Patty. I emailed Patty. I emailed oh, what's up, Goldie Con? How are you, baby girl? Good, Rena. I wouldn't recommend that you don't. I would recommend that you don't watch his ass, because all he talks about is what some an 80-year-old man would talk about. He talks about President Trump getting a second term. Well, look at what President Trump was running against, his primary towards the end there. Fucking Hillary Clinton. She's killed people, dude. She's been responsible for people's deaths. But regardless, I knew he would win. I didn't vote that year. But the last president I voted for was Obama. For the health care thing. I was really excited about his health care act. I think Rick don't go there either. Yeah, but it's just such a double standard here. I really got to watch what I say. But again, we have a new channel. And I'm, kind come to it because I knew I had to get on here, and it took me about an hour, guys. That's how retarded I am. It took me 30 minutes or so, not an hour, to figure out how to unlink and link from a phone because it kept logging out, logging in, automatically logging me into my new account. And I'm like, no, this ain't going to work. My audience don't know where this at, and they don't like, people typically don't like coming to finding a new channel, you know? So I had to get on here and promote it. Like, I had to, you know, tell you guys why. I'm not just trying to start a new fucking channel. You know, I've had to. It's been a forced thing. So, Carlos could link your new channel. I know. And Carlos would. He's a sweetheart. I adore him. But I just thought it was so funny when Picker Rick, because Liz is the one who doxed Anderson Henderson's address. Anderson Henderson didn't even give me his address until after like 8-9 years of knowing his motherfucking ass. And I never doxed him. I just threatened to. Because he does have multiple people still. I had one of them hit me up about 3 months ago from other communities that watch him or try to find him, and they'd love to have his address. So she doxed his address. He was going on and on about that, but he was taking it out on me by directly and indirectly mentioning me during that stream. And again, people, I don't watch his streams. You know, I went and I clicked on the newest one. I just happened to skim by maybe 2 times, and there was Rick. So I watched Rick. And I've just threatened, you know, because I don't like being mentioned in his streams. He's got a new girlfriend now. I don't know why he's mentioning me, period. But he mentions me a lot, directly and indirectly. Some of the references you guys won't get, but I've seen it. And then some of them you do get, and you've reported it to me, like Vicky tells me a lot of things. And I just playfully said, oh, I'm going to dox you, I'm going to get you swatted and stuff when I was mad, but I never did it. Liz doxed him, she got a slap on the wrist. That poor girl, and if you go to my Abby Oakley 7 account, and you read under the video that looks like the white fruits and the juices as the thumbnail, and read the thread there between me and Noodles, you'll really see what's up. You know, oh, and Dirty South and I are cool now. Dirty South commented on my new channel the other day when she was lurking some comments that me and others were saying about Melton. And she's cool now to me, so let's get the hell out of here. No, I parked because I needed to take a medication. Rena Hensley says, I agree. Don't watch him. So I stopped going there. But yeah, with poor little Liz, she's a child. Anderson's, you know, I don't think Anderson should be putting his problems on another young soul like he did me years ago. Now, I was strong enough mentally and emotionally. I've always been very strong emotionally to handle myself, to handle him. There's so many sacrifices I made, some of which I talk about, and I don't want to speak of them because I never threw them in his face, and I never would. But, like, just things that were happening in our, according to him, 10 years of knowing each other. But I moved up here in 2010, folks. And I remember being in foster care, which was before 2010 when I was in North Carolina, speaking to him on my laptop. So it's been longer than 10 years. It's been 12, but whatever. And yeah, my memory is shit, but whatever. I know when I met him, but I'm not going to sit and debate something that's trivial as that. But he will. I like her too, but the thing is, she's a child. And I'm not against May, December type of relationships. And even in his stinking, his ruthless, rude that I do not accept apology video to me, I don't accept it. And I did initially, but I changed my mind. And those are reasons that I've stated on my new account. Either in the comments, in the comments. But basically, I remember being her age. I wasn't that immature, but I was immature. She's doing things that I did do when I was a kid, such as slash up her wrists, except she barely grazes her wrist. I mean, I was cutting deep into mine. And it wasn't my wrist, it was my right forearm, which coincidentally is where my fistula is located now. And doing stuff like that. But, you know, she's not doing her freaking job, because Anderson should be swallowing handloads of pills trying to kill himself. You know, there were so many nights that I begged him growing up not to kill himself. Some of the time he was doing it just for attention, but I couldn't see it at that time. And sometimes he was serious, because at that time, you know, guys, he just became medicated a couple years ago, okay? So I was dealing with the real raw him, not a zombified up, not a zombie. And I remember laying in bed next to my husband, awake at night, just worrying about him, messaging him, begging him not to do it. I remember doing shit like that growing up. And that's time I could have been spending with my husband, time that I can't get back, you know? And he should feel ashamed for even mentioning my husband, talking about some random channel, Mike and Mills. I know who Mike and Mills is, because he's the one that introduced me to him. You know, I brought him back after, God, years of being gone, months. I mean, it took me months. It took me a month at least of begging him to come back here. And what does he do? He cheats on me, you know? He fucking cheats on me with Carrie. But then I tried to warn Carrie, and Carrie saw for herself how he is, and then she's like, I'm not fucking dealing with this. But I love Carrie. I'm just saying, you know, but I'm not against Carrie. Carrie could cuss me out tomorrow and call the police and let them know I'm sitting here with an unregistered car, and I'd still love her more than, I mean, she's a great friend of mine. So, but then, you know, and he told her, and I have the screenshot of him typing to her, telling Carrie, I'm going to turn you into Abby, I want you to wear a blonde wig, all this stupid shit. But then he told Liz to her face on film when he first met her, I guess, or when he first brought her to YouTube, that you're going to be the next Abby, whatever. Listen, Haven, and I said this also in my comments, there's only one me, okay? It takes years to build a bond like me and Anderson Henderson had. And I do hope that I die and pass away with all these unresolved issues between me and him, because it's going to eat him alive. It's going to hurt him so bad, and he'll never be able to reconcile. And I know Anderson, he runs from any kind of emotional, you know, reconciliation. Though I had to beg for his forgiveness for the most trivial dumb shit growing up. He could toy just because, and he would do it just to toy with me because he could, because he was mentally ill and I didn't recognize that. You know, I was a kid. I was 15, 16 when I met this dude. And a year and a half after Paul died, I seriously wanted to be with Anderson. He was still unmedicated. Did my shit freeze up? Did it freeze? Liz has a lot of problems also. She was cutting her wrist last week because of Anderson. She'll learn. This is what I mean. He should feel ashamed by putting these problems on another young woman the way he did me at that age. Hold on. Give me 5 seconds. It's going to buffer for 5 seconds. I think it's logged me out. Keep event. Alright, I'm back. Am I back? Yes, we're back. Okay, sorry. So I know I'm not logged out, nobody's talking. Last comment I see is from Rena Hensley saying yes, he should be ashamed. Yes, he should be. I was going to get to the fact that Liz was a kid stress mess. That's a good point. She has a lot of problems too. Now, I do like the young lady. I do. I don't have a problem with her. I don't talk to her privately or anything like that. And I was going to make a stream trying to kind of warn her about, Anderson's really difficult. Not to try to break them up or anything, but to let her know, hey, you better be strong in the head to handle him. Because he's going to need a woman. Like, he needs, a good woman that's loyal. And he says, I have no loyalty. I brought him back here to make videos with him like the old days, because all he fucking talks about sometimes is, I have a feature film with me starring Abby Brooke on Vimeo. Go watch it. He talked about how he watched it in full the other day. Dude. I brought him back. I begged him to come back, right? To do videos with him like old times. And then he screwed me over by cheating. And so he's the unloyal one. Because one thing I always told Anderson, and one thing he never did to me over the years, was let me know about any other bitches, even though he had them. He talks about some girl that he actually did show nudes on. That was probably when, but see, me and him were so off and on. One minute we were like kind of romantic, and the next minute we were like brother and sister. So the one time that I did actually date this dude was for like 4 days, a year and a half after my husband died. And I was so used to being trolled and abused that I thought it was a joke. I thought, you know what? It's only a matter of time before he causes a fight and breaks up with me. And lo and behold, that's what happened. Hey, Princess Tanya. I am doing good, darling. Doing great. How are you? So, I ended up, I gave up. I asked Marcus out, which I didn't have Marcus in mind at the time. I just prayed for a good man, and I'm so glad that God brought me Marcus into my life. And I'm glad I asked him out, too, because, he's a fucking 1 in a million type of dude. Marcus is. He really is. Good to hear. But yeah, Liz has a lot of problems. Like I say, she's grazing up her wrist. She cuts her, grazes them, because I used to be a cutter at that age, and I would really dig in. But some people have better pain tolerance than others. And for me, I remember as a child, she's a child. I remember as a child like that, cutting my wrist up like she does. And people would ask me why. It's not, for her, I don't know if it's for attention or what. But for me, I was in foster care. I was away from my parents, I was really fucked up. And the one thing I wanted to do was get out of North Carolina and be something, and that's what I've done. So, what I ended up doing was, when people would ask me why, because I was in therapy and stuff, to hurt yourself physically is a way to let out or to take your mind off of emotional pain. For me, and plus when I went to school, it was a cool thing to cut yourself. Kids were doing it for fun. They were doing it to kind of maim themselves and get, like one guy I used to ride the bus with, he would he carved an anarchy symbol in his leg just for attention, not because he was actually mentally ill. So I don't know if kids are doing that in school these days or what, but Anderson has no right telling somebody about my dead husband who liked him. Like Mike and Mills getting mad at Mills' husband Mike for coming over calling him a ped, because he is a ped. In my opinion, you can't work things out with women that love you, like Nat and me. You have to fucking, run away from the problem and try to replace this. And that ain't gonna ever work. Telling poor old Liz to her face when you first met her. And did you guys, oh my God, one of the most disgusting things, little Geg, who's been a loyal supporter of Anderson since he first found the channel, Geg Fuck, I'm talking about Anderson Stream. Super Serial, what's up? Super Serial, what's up? Gag brought his son on film for the first time on his show. And the first thing Liz says to his little son, his maybe 5, 6, 7-year-old son, 10 at the most, is, "Can you say Nigger?" And that was the most disgusting thing. And even Haven was like, "No, that's not cool." You know, I mean, I never did shit like that. Come on. But, you know, she's way more mature than me. But if he loves her and and she can handle her, which I don't think she's going to be able to roll it out for 10 years like I did. But God bless her if she can. I just hope she knows what she's getting herself into. And I hope she doesn't get one of you guys who just said that to me in here, that she cut herself because of Anderson. Because I have done the same thing when I was a kid. But, he should not be saying to Mike, "Oh, Abby's husband Paul was 47 years." I mean, he got the story right. I did lie to Paul about my age. I did. And it was too late. I made him fall in love with me. I wanted to be with him, I asked him if he was married. He said he wasn't. And something told me that was going to be my man's. And it was. And I'm glad he chose me, because this channel used to get over 1 million views and hundreds of thousands on the other videos, each video. So, and I still have those videos on private. I was going to take them off of private because the original reason I put them on private was due to acquiring a strike. But then I didn't do that. Now I got another one. So you have to wait it out, and then I'll put them back so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But my husband and I loved each other. And, Natalie, you said to me on the phone, she wished... she wished that Anderson and her could... she basically said to me, "I could tell that you and Paul loved each other, and I wanted a relationship like that." So Anderson, you didn't do good enough. So keep my name out of your mouth if you can. And stop mentioning me. If you're so in love with Liz, then you should be focusing on her and her alone. You should not be focusing on me, and you should not be focusing on Nat. End of. Nat was a hell of a lot older. Should I bring that up? No, because I love and respect her. Paul really liked Chad. Just wish he wouldn't cuss so much in this video. Or he used to go by Chad. It's 121. You know what I'm saying? Did my shit freeze? I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Anderson loves when I talk about him. He loves when anybody talks about him. Gives him publicity. 18 of you in here at 1:21 a.m. my time, Pacific Standard Time. What do you guys want to talk about? You want to talk about little Melton? Who saw Melton crying the other night? I put his stream on. I'm going to put my phone down for a minute. I put his stream on, guys. And I fell asleep to it the first night. See, Marcus has packed up my car. And I don't have a clue where he's put my medication bag at. Hold on, I got my debit card right there. Put that in the center console. Unlock. How do I unlock? Hold on, guys. And see, I'm so short. I have to put my seat back in. Where's my medication bag at? Gracious. Come on, Lord. There it is. Oh my God, what just fell back? See, I got four. Oh, this car came with brand new snow tires too. They're still back here. And they've been used one season, guys. Man, I looked at those suckers. You can tell they've been used one season. And he told me this car drives in the snow well, which we all know I desperately need. Because in the South, one thing Daddy couldn't teach me is how to drive in the snow, because there was no fucking snow. It's almost Father's Day, guys. Lucky for me, my father is also... No, he's not a Gemini. He's a Cancer. But, don't that transmission sound a whole lot smoother, guys? Oh, God. My father's a Cancer, and his birthday coincidentally falls a couple days after Father's Day. And I got him a nice couple gifts from Hallmark for Father's Day that I'd forgotten about, but I found them. And hold on a minute. It's cold in here. It's nice to have. Well, I had heat in the other car, but you gotta have heat in a car up here. Yeah. But you don't necessarily need air conditioner. So I'm turning my heat on. Oh man, it blows out hot. But this car has real cold air. Jesus. My other car didn't have air conditioner that worked at all. It's got a bunch of filters in the back too. I don't know what filters are used for, but I'll be getting this car serviced quite regularly. See, some of these are just empty bottles that I've had for a while, but they still have refills on them. You guys would understand why it takes me so long if you could see the shit I'm trying to... There's my man. Oh, I only got fucking... lame, dude. Really? 1, 2, 3, 4? Jesus, I need a refill. Oh, that sucks. Fucking 4. I'm just gonna cook this here. So I'm totally legal now. I'm gonna have a cranberry Red Bull. I got insurance. A license. I have a valid license. They never sent it to me in the mail. Okay, I'm burning up now. What are you guys saying? What are my peeps saying? There's El Jeffy. Who are you, El Jeffy? Because you were in my new account too. 20 of you. What's up, guys? Guys, get in here and talk to me. Now, you know this ain't no fucking... This channel is... I think I have 1 or 2 mods. Carlos mod, he's not... If Carlos cannot block Milton, he's not going to block you guys. So, come in here and talk. You don't have to worry about getting fucking blocked, even if you have a difference of opinion, or you like somebody I don't. I'm not going to block you from my channel. I like to have free speech for everybody. And so far, I've been good about keeping my word on that. Yes, Picker Rick. It's summer up here. With the, see, I can't see behind. I got this rear view cam, but damn, I don't want to rely on that. And I keep forgetting I keep thinking there's one of those things, you know, when you pull up at the grocery store, it's like a concrete little block or whatever. But they're not here. I keep thinking there is. We're going to have to do something with my charger. I got a 6-footer at home cord. I think I'll bring that one next time I live stream, because I was like, first thing I was like is, how the hell do I charge my phone? Oh, what was that? How the hell do I charge my phone? I had to get one of these lighter converters. But the cool thing about the young man that, I was going to tell you guys a story. Yes, Picker Rick, I enjoy your presence. Stay if you can, darling. Yeah, wasn't Rick cool as fuck? I keep forgetting what I was going to say about Rick, but I remember now. Rick is like, I've been swatted 5 or 6 times. He said they request donuts at this point. Rick goes, they fucking expect donuts. Who the fuck in their right mind would swat Rick to begin with? As sweet as Rick is, they're jealous of your property, Rick. That's what it is. They're jealous you got your own property. You got a big lot of land out there, don't you? They're real jealous of that. Let's roll our windows down, shall we? They're jealous of your property, so they keep swatting sweet little Rick. But it's fucking funny now, because Rick ain't even phased like his... I mean, you can't keep doing that to somebody, folks, because... like, look at this bar. Isn't that cool? I think I might go over there. I've never been over there. I'm not going to drink, but they say they got pizza. Look at this. The nightlife in Coeur d'Alene is amazing. Somebody just talking to the cops. The cops are so friendly here. Everybody's so fucking friendly here. And it's not a fake friendliness. It's a legit friendliness. But I want to put my phone down in front of it all. Because I'm not disrespectful to police at all. But I'm legal. So I'm not afraid. I'm not looking over my shoulder like, oh God, there's a cop. Where's a cop? I think that's a cop. You guys have seen me do that ever since I started streaming for you. Because the last car I was in, I'm legal, but it wasn't my car. It wasn't in my name. The guy moved before he gave me the title, but his mom gave me the car, and I never actually even met the owner. Oh no, he was my friend. I'm thinking of somebody else. See, my memory's going, guys. But look at these little Christmas. This is an all year round Christmas store right here. All year round, and they've been in business since I moved up here. I don't know how they stay in business, because I've seen tons of beautiful restaurants like this go out of business, and there's a lot of rich people here to keep them, and you know, just middle class like me to keep them, you know, afloat. And I do try to support my local business, but somehow, I mean, we had some great ones, and I've just seen them come and go like it ain't nothing. We might want to get on Lakeside, because that's pretty sure that's the law right there. And if I keep going down here and I take you guys to the lake, I'm gonna lose service on CDA Lake Drive. It's not a cop, but it doesn't matter. Just habit, guys. Just habit. And besides, if I get pulled over, I get pulled over. I'm legal, so, and I can show him my proof of insurance now. I don't just say, oh, my phone's dead, you know, because they can't prove if I have it or not. I can actually show. I actually do have insurance on this car. But I'm going to roll these windows up so you guys can hear me. Try not to swerve. How's appalling where you guys are? Oh, I'm going to tell you a story though, right? So the gentleman who sold me this car was way out of my price range. That's El Jeffy. Elbow cough. Yeah, fuck Elvis. I'm so sick of seeing people that I really like on this platform, like Melton and Sig Boyd Parodies and Jeff T, or not Jeff T, but one of my other guys I like, Sig's friend, before that original one that used to help him come up with ideas died, but he still plays his voice in every outro. They'll all see that man. JT, I like JT. JT is like, you know, JT I admire. JT is a man who, well, he's a man, first off, so he's going to be more successful regardless. Because he's stronger than me, you know, he's probably more educated. He doesn't rely on, you know, websites. His dead wife taught him how to, and, you know, I'm self-taught, everything. And when you book a client and they ask you, where did you go to school, what do you know, and you say I'm self-taught, it doesn't give them a lot of hope in you. But then when I show them my portfolio, it does. I was trying to hack into The Sims the other day, and then I realized I'm utterly incompetent in Python. And I'm like, no. But you got something I'm talking about. But anyway, moving on. I'm going to try to take you down. Remember where I cussed those two old men out that hollered at me when I was live streaming? They had the audacity to holler at me, which normally I'd let that go. But you don't holler at somebody on public property your fucking ass don't own, on a lake, when they're having a good time leisurely strolling down the lake. You don't fucking do that. So I got out and fussed at them. Fucking assholes. But yeah, I took my car down to Ramsey. Is that a touchless car wash too? If so, I might use that one. They got a brand new car wash. I used to take my Infiniti down there all the time, but I didn't take that old Ford. I'm not paying to wash that stupid thing. And they got a nicer, it's not $12 anymore. They got an even more upgraded wash that's now $14. I'm still getting 30 FPS frame per second and 594 KB, you know what I mean, kilobytes per second. So we're gonna drive down here. Now, I believe I took you guys out here before many times and we didn't have a problem. This is for Nan. This is very dark. There are wild animals out here, lots of deer, because you can't shoot them within city limits. They will run across, and there's no guardrails. You're literally 2 or 3 inches from the lake, and some of these and this is a very, very windy road, and there have been many people get killed out here because they've run off in the lake. And you know, when a car is submerged in a lake, if the windows ain't down, you can't get them down. And once you submerge long enough, you can't open your door either. So you're drowned. But we got these nice LED headlights, plus we got our brights on. See, that whole road's lit up. See this right here? Rocks and shit fall. Now he is a fucking flying down. Turn your brights off, asshole. Or don't. Thank you. Flashed mine back in his face. He fucking couldn't see. And then he turned his off, the asshole. And he shouldn't be flying down this. That's how people get killed. See, that's what I mean. There's no cops. We're not going to encounter any cops out here. That's the sad thing. Because a lot of drunk people, there's the nicest bar that'll really get you lit and make you drink strong is not even a half a block from where this begins. And that's why people think they can come down here, because there's never any cops. And just fly down this road, especially tourists. And it's dangerous. I'm going to show you guys. Because this brand new windshield is amazing. My God. I can see everything, guys. Remember how it's such a blessing. It's a blessing from my Lord Jesus Christ. I had been saving, worrying, and praying for a decent car. But do you see this right here? Look, here's a turn. Let's say I was to fly off right here. I'd go right into the lake. Let's say I went around that turn a little too fast. Do you see what I mean now? Hey, Princess Taylor, what are you talking about? Are y'all having your own conversation? You know, I've seen people get real mad at streamers for having their own conversations when the host was driving or doing something and telling them a story. I can't, you guys, that makes me sick. If you want to have conversations amongst yourself, you go right ahead. But just don't get mad at me if I miss a comment directed at me, because it's hard to read them until I stop. And I'm on a very dangerous road right now. See, there's people out here fishing late at night. Catch trout, bass in this kind of lake. I'll stop right here though. But see, look, now imagine if you were going, there's a lake out there. I wish we could see it. You'd just be flying off into the river. Anyway, Hair Club for Dogs. Hello, everyone. Noodles, is that you? Wendy Johnson, what's up? What's up, Wendy Girlfriend, I missed you. I missed you, Wendy. I missed y'all. Oh, I miss my folks so much. Say hey to Picker Rick. He's cool as fuck, man. He's been swatted so many times that he has donuts waiting for him now. And I still got Anderson on edge. The one or two times I jokingly said I was going to swat him and dox him. It's not me that he needs to worry about getting him fucking swatted. It's his girlfriend Liz who doxed him. Homemade conditioner is my guess, made with goat's milk and natural herbs. What are you talking about? Yes, Picker Rick does have nice hair. And I think Anderson's jealous of your hair, Rick. I think Anderson's jealous of your hair because you see what he's working with. But he's also been extremely stressed the fuck out, like, ever since I met the guy. I mean, that boy lives in his head. It's not that he's physically fucked. It's that mentally he doesn't let things go. Oh my God, his mind is a war zone for him. And I knew that growing up, and I saw that sweetness in Anderson Henderson, and that's what made me fall in love with him. And he stood by me, and I stood by him. But there were times we would go a year without talking to each other, 5-6 months, and then we'd come back, he'd call me up, and we'd hit it off like nothing ever happened. Those are the kind of lifetime friends that I didn't want to lose, you know. But I told him when I met him, I'm like, I ain't going to deal with you putting other bitches in my face. If you ever do that, I'm gone. And when I brought him back here, that's what he did. He was able to abide by that rule for 10 years. And when I brought him back here, it was the worst mistake I'd ever made. And he becomes jealous over Melton. Well, I blame him for Melton's abuse toward me, feeling like fucking kisses. And I blame him for turning me into the abuser, because you guys gotta watch the company you keep. Because sometimes it'll mold you into the person you become later in life. And when I'm not physically abusive, but sometimes I'm very verbally. And Anderson said the other day, he's like, Abby's very intelligent and very manipulative, and I like to think that I taught her how to be that way. Well, I taught him how to fight sneaky snaky because he was always full steam ahead. And then he taught me how to, So we picked up on each other's fighting skills here on YouTube. And of course, I mean, there were times I'd spend all night talking to this man, FaceTiming him and shit. Not technically, it wasn't FaceTime back then. It was like Blog TV and shit when Paul would go to work. But Paul knew what I was doing. And he didn't care because my husband was confident in my love for him. Anyway, I don't want to talk about Anderson anymore unless you guys have any questions, because it hurts me. There's so much unresolved hurt there. Instead of trying to reconcile with me, or at least say, I don't forgive what you've done. I'll always love you as my friend, as my little sister, whatever, but I'm moving on. I just had him blocked for so long. I finally unblocked him on my birthday, and he blocked me back and then made a fucking apology video to try to make himself look good in front of you guys, while behind the scenes he blocked me after me having him blocked for 6 months. See, that goes back to that game, he used to play. Bitch, you blocked me, now I'm blocking you. He's still the same him underneath all them drugs. He ain't fucking fooling me. Abby, what time is it? I'm in Scotland. It's 7:30. It's 9:37 a.m. here. It is 1:42 a.m. here in Idaho. Damn, Princess Tanya, you were in Scotland. See, this is what I love about YouTube. Meeting new people. I don't want your money. I love making new friends. I love having people from across the globe and around the United States, Seeing me, listening to me. I mean, it's a pleasure, guys. I know that you're in that car, sweetheart, and I got my brights on. Sorry about that. But I didn't realize somebody was in that car until they put their brakes on. Oh, and he's behind me now. Great. Abby, what time is it? Wendy, you're so sweet. Can one of you guys type to me right now so that I can see that I haven't been logged out? Thank you there. Thank you, Miss Prince. Thank you, Princess. "19 of you in here. Not too many of you talking. Did Rick leave? Where's Rick? I was talking about Rick. I hope he didn't leave. I hope he heard what I said about him and he laughed. Hope it at least made him laugh. I got me a Mazda 6, but it's been owned. It's been owned by a man who this car belonged to his wife, and he's a mechanic. So he's taken very good care of it, and he souped it up. It's got brand new windshield. I mean, guys, have you ever driven a car with a brand new windshield? It's got brand new LED headlights, brand new battery, brand new struts, brand new winter tires that have only been used for one season in the back of the car here. It's got brand new brakes, brand new the list goes on, and I got proof of it too. He showed me a folder with proof of it. But there's so many new things. See this right here? See this right here? You just drive off into that, you're in the river. So I really gotta focus on driving. But I'm taking you guys out here. Do you guys have anything like this in where you live, where it's just peaceful? You can come out here. I showed you a guy fishing. You can come out here and fish for let's see, I know how to fish, and in these kind of lakes you're going to find bass and trout, and I can't think of any other fish off the top of me. You're mainly going to find bass and trout. There's other, Rick would know up here in the Northwest, but he may have left, because I think he does his streams early too, but he didn't say he was leaving to stream. He didn't say he was leaving at all. He may just be lurking, or he may have stepped away for a moment. Wednesday, congratulations. Thank you, Wendy. I told you guys. And see, this is a car that is beautiful, that I'm proud of. I can watch DVDs and play CDs here. I mean, the stereo is bomb. New winter tires in the back, been used one season. See that deer? See that deer right there? Look at this. Oh, he's taking off now. Get out of here. I wish I could shoot your fucking ass. Yeah, you better get up them rocks. Go up them rocks. Go. Go. Hear it walking up the rocks. Instead of being down here on the fucking road for somebody to hit it. Like that one guy that was flying coming this way. Wish I could shoot these sons of bitches in city limits. Because they get people killed. They climb up and down these rocks, and then they cause these rocks to loosen and fall on cars, too. Anyway, it's a old Mazda 6, but it's been so well taken care of because the owner of it is a mechanic, and he's souped it up because it's been his wife's car for 17 years. There's nothing wrong with this car, and it's way worth more than what I paid for it. It was originally $4K. I told him my situation. He brought it down to $2,700, and I paid $1,000 down. Now, that being said, when I talked to him, because I didn't ask him to lower his price, because when I read everything that he had done to this car, I knew it was well worth. It was worth way more than what he was listing it for. But he said, people just don't buy older cars. And I said, well, I do. And I had been shown some guys for like $1,000 from, reliable sources. And they would have been reliable cars to get me to and from dialysis and around Coeur d'Alene. But they would not have been reliable enough to get me to and from different states for a transplant when I become eligible again for one, because I'm out of compliance. So, that being said, hello, just Miss Jamie. Disgusting, it's animal. Hold on. No, we're not going in reverse. Okay. We're in park. And this steering wheel, it will go up, down, in, out, which is my 2008 fucking Infiniti. It was just go up and down. This is a 2004. But literally, it's been so souped up. I mean, and it's been so well taken care of because, think about it. When you're husband and wife, and your husband's a mechanic, he's going to make sure his wife is driving a perfect car. You know, topped off, all the fuels, well taken care of. This car was a steal. But I want to tell you guys the story about this car, okay? Because I needed a car because my transmission gave out on the interstate, okay? And I got rear-ended because I went from 70 miles an hour down to 30 in less than 2 minutes. And there was nothing I could do. So, except try to pull off the road. But if I would have done that at 70 miles an hour, I would have probably slid out. So, and I was fine. And I had been praying for a car and saving for a car for a long time. I had been inquiring on different, I wanted to go through a private owner, not a dealership, because if I would have went there and put $1,000 down on one of those little shitty cars, yeah, they're reliable, they've had them checked and all that. Most places have. But they're way, way over the Kelley Blue Book price. And they're not souped up. And they haven't been well taken care of over the years. They could have had multiple owners with multiple accidents. I mean, all the fucking dealerships around here that in-house finance do is make sure the car doesn't need any immediate repairs. Safety check it. I doubt they even safety check it. They top off all the fluids and that's it. Fix the tires, rotate them if needed, make sure they're all pumped up to the correct air pressure. Clean out the car on the inside and that's it. I mean, I forgot when I turn my car off, my fucking lights go off automatically. Shut up. Hold on. And all those lights will go off in a minute. There's nothing wrong with this car. But that being said, I was actually and I would have been in so much debt had I done that. I'm so glad that the Lord led me not to do that. But, so I was looking for a private owner, so I went to where I know to go best, which is a couple different websites here near my area, and I posted an ad saying, I have end-stage renal failure. My car gave out on the interstate. I have to get to dialysis. My insurance doesn't cover that at all. I don't qualify for Medicaid. I make too much. Even my friend who offered to give me a ride, we had a falling out because I had to cut my fucking treatment an hour and a half. I had an hour and a half left and I had to cut it short. And she's like, I went out of my way to come get you, when she was so hateful to me the day before when she came to pick me up when I had been in a wreck. She was so hateful. And she, didn't even let me stay long enough to get myself checked. They wanted to do an x-ray of my back to make sure I was all right because my back was hurting me. But she was like, I'm here, let's go. And I said, I gotta go. My ride's gonna leave me and I'm gonna be stranded and I don't have money to get back to Coeur d'Alene where my hotel is and where I live. And, because when the transmission gave out, it was closer to Spokane Hospital than Kootenai. I think that, to my recollection, it was, I don't remember hardly. But anyway, yeah, that's what happened. Right? I think so. or either I requested to go to Spokane and they wouldn't let me, and I paid to go to Spokane myself. But that was like all the money I had. No, it wasn't all the money I had. I just didn't want to pay another $40 to get back, and I asked her very nicely if she would come get me when I'm done. And I thought it would take her as long as it took me to get up there, which is about 40 minutes. But no, she was there in like less than 30. She's like, come on, I need to go. I'm like, I've been in a wreck and I'm waiting for a CAT scan or an x-ray. And she's like, no, I need to go. And I'm like, okay. So I told the doc that, and he prescribed me 3 pain pills, 3 fucking Percocet. I'm like, I didn't even ask for them, but I was like, all right, whatever. And I left, and I thought that was so inconsiderate, but you know what? It is what it is. And she thought that I was lying whenever I told her that I was on the way to wherever I was going. She called me a liar. I told her, why would I lie about something so trivial? She left it at that. She said, okay. But she insisted on taking me to dialysis. I asked her 5 fucking times, guys. And I invited her over to swim at the pool and stuff. She didn't want to come. I invited her over and everything. I asked her 5 damn times. I'm like, are you sure you want to take me to fucking dialysis? Because I can just call a taxi. And she's like, I'll take you. Just tell me when to be there. And I'm like, 3:30. And then she's like, okay. So I got there. Everything was fine, and then I had to cut my treatment short a little bit. And she was just rolling her eyes at me. And I'm like, are you okay, Elizabeth? What's wrong? She's like, I went out of my way to bring you here. The least you can do is stay. And I'm like, you know what? This is why I asked you over 5 times that I didn't need you to, because you had stated very hatefully, and you were very rude yesterday, that you could only do it once. And that's why I said don't even fucking bother, that I'd get me a fucking taxi, Elizabeth. And she's like, whatever, and you lied to me. And I'm like, when did I lie? She's like, well, yesterday. And I said, why didn't you tell me yesterday instead of now, if you thought I was lying about something? And I have a bad memory, And she's just like, whatever, shut up. And they weren't telling her to fucking, because she's been there 16 years. They weren't telling her to shut up, Abby, we can't have this in our center. We can't have you hollering. I'm like, I wanted to say, tell her that, because I didn't know there was going to be fucking stipulations to you driving me to dialysis for once. This is why I didn't even want you taking me. But I didn't say that. I just said, I just kept arguing with her, a little bit, and then I finally calmed down. And she apologized a few days later, and I just said, I was really hurt by that, because her apology was like, you lie to me all the time, and blah, 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 when I fucking don't. Half the time I don't even fucking remember. For instance, when I tell her something, and a few days later, she's like, did you do that? I'm like, did I do what? She's like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, yeah, if I told you I did it, I did it. I don't remember it, though. It's been days ago. I don't remember what I had for breakfast. And she thinks that I'm lying all the time because of that. And she, of all people, being on dialysis 16 years, should know that it fucks with your memory, And especially with me missing fucking treatments and shortening them or whatever, which I was doing really good about not doing. But now I'm going to really hustle not to do it, because I need to be in compliance for at least 4 months before I can actually start pursuing another transplant again. But I've got, I've registered in multiple states, because I have been doing my research, and I did it long ago to see which states have the lowest waiting lists. And it was sad, guys, So the way she apologized was very rude, and I just said, I was really hurt, and God, they're flying. Ugh. And now, as fast as he's going, what if there's a deer? What if that deer came back down them fucking rocks? Or what if one is coming down them rocks as he's driving that fast? He's going way more than 25 miles. Look at him. Way more. Way more than 25 miles an hour. He's going to have... Oh, it's lightning outside, guys. Bye, Wendy. Sorry I have to go. Hope you have a wonderful rest. Thank you, Abster. Anderson gave me that name. I don't know why I still use it. I worry about you going places like where you are, Abby. Oh, honey, this is very, very safe. This is Coeur d'Alene. I got my doors locked. Don't worry. Nobody's getting in this car. I'll run over them. Don't worry, sweetheart. But that's sweet of you. It's a Mazda 6. Deers are like rats. Exactly. See, I'm a southern girl. I love to hunt. I love to fish. I agree that it's stupid to make a law saying you cannot shoot deers in city limits, because you know what that brings? That makes deers not afraid of cars. It makes them accustomed to people, and it makes people die because they run into them on roads like this at night. Especially these tourists. They don't come up here realizing we have that problem. They just get drunk and go drive. Yeah, not much of a friend is right. And, she said, I understand if you don't want to talk to me anymore, maybe it's for the best. I didn't answer her for a few days. And the social worker at my dialysis center is like best friends with her. There's a lot of favoritism that goes on. Even though I love my staff, Drea, not the tech, but the social worker has been out with Elizabeth many times, socially and stuff, and so have all the techs, so have many of the techs. So when problems arise in the facility, you see that favoritism come out, plus she's been there a lot longer. But, she killed her kidneys on her own. I didn't, it just hurt me. It really hurt me. It really fucking hurt me. Because I told her the day before, when she insisted on taking me, I said, you know what? Thank you so much for helping me in the winter and for coming and helping me. If you ever need help, no matter what terms we're on, I'll fucking help you. I'll drive you when I get my new car. And lo and behold, my car's a hell of a lot nicer than hers. And, because somebody ran into her old Saturn, and while it was parked on the street, and she got a new car out of her insurance from it, but it ain't nothing like mine. And so I thought maybe she's jealous or something, but I don't think she's jealous, because I do know she cares about me, and I care about her, and I love her, guys. I love her. But it just hurt me a lot, and it's a lesson learned, if you want to keep friends, don't ask them for things all the time. If you really need help once in a blue moon, ask them. Or if you want a certain gift for your birthday, ask them. But if they say no, no big deal. No big deal, man. I still love you for you, not your money, not your, car, not what you can give for me, And I will help you, because I always pick myself back up. It may take me a little while, but, look at me. I always pick myself back up. Yeah, Rena, God always puts things right. That's true. And, I don't want to hold any grudges, and I don't toward her. I just wish that, because she told me when she first started dialysis, she was way worse than me for years. She would be hospitalized way more than I am. She would never she would always miss treatment. So I would think that she'd be a little more compassionate, instead of telling me I always have an excuse right in front of other fucking techs, and them get on to me and not her. So she's lucky I didn't get up and beat her fucking ass, because I was that hurt and angry at the time. But I kept my cool and composure after a minute or two, and I just because I was ending my treatment anyway, and I left. Hey, Picker Rick's still here. I was wondering if you left, babe. I was hoping you didn't. But don't feel obligated to stay. Schaefer's Towing. Where is that at? Dalton. That's a long way. That's not, Dalton's where I used to, yeah, it's up there near the law, where it's up there near, my old dock. It's across the street from, it's near Fred Meyer. Facility closes 10 p.m. to 5. There's a porta potty right there. So, Yeah, Rena, I agree. So what? Should I just, I forgive her. I think I'm just going to tell her, I forgive you, because she very passively aggressively, apologized to me. She says, and I have lied to her, I'm not going to lie. But most of it I don't remember, guys. But I don't appreciate when she tells me I'm lying about things that I'm not. Because she doesn't realize sometimes when she's asked me what I've done, I'm actually just wanting to say something to her that, so as not to tell her what's really going on, because, I might have been in the hospital and I didn't want to worry her. And I remember that situation or that scenario happened once. But I shouldn't be lying to her, she's right. She's right. And I don't want to lose her as a friend, Rena, because she's my only, dialysis friend. But let's get the fuck out of here, shall we? There's somebody over here in a truck. They may have, but they've probably climbed down there. I don't know how they've done it, but they've probably brought gear. Damn, and they're fishing. Real good time to fish right now. You know why? Can anybody tell me why it's a good time to fish right now versus in the beautiful daytime? Anybody? Agreed. Thank you, Rena. A part of me wants to passively aggressively say, I forgive you, and then just kind of avoid her. And then a part of me wants to, be like, yeah, I've lied, but I don't appreciate you thinking I'm lying about things that I'm not. And here's the reasons why. See, damn rocks. Turn the brights on. Don't want that shit. Well, they got netting up for some of it, but most of it they don't. And see, people like to fly down going back because they think, oh, I can just go in the middle of the road. I won't fly off into the river. No, you can. Because, see, somebody could be drunk right now with their lights off, getting ready to turn this fucking hill, turn this corner, and I can't see around it. And I just saw a cyclist earlier. What if you hit a cyclist? Ridiculous. And some people just come out here and they fuck. I know that's what they're doing, because those rocks are way too steep and there's nowhere to stand down there. But nobody's answering my inquiry, so I'll tell you. The reason it's better to fish at night is because the boats scare the fish away. It makes the tides, it makes the water in the lakes ripple harder, and it scares the fish away because there's more active traffic. Plus, there's more people out here trying to get them. You might get some carp out here too. Yeah, it's not carp pond necessarily, but anyway, at nighttime the fish are calm. There's not as much, activity, so you're liable to catch more. Some people don't even take them to eat them. They just catch them, take the hook out of their mouth and throw them back in. Some people just see what the biggest bass they can catch and stuff. But it kind of sucks because there's no competitions here for that in Idaho, in Coeur d'Alene anyway. But like in North Carolina when I visited my mom, see, there's some flowers and teddy bears right there hooked to one of those. You see them all over to let you know, hey, somebody drove off into the lake and died. So sad. God bless their souls and their families. But anyway, in North Carolina when I visited in 2017, now there's deers down there, so I really gotta watch. Plus, you can't see over any of these corners. Yeah, so, okay, sorry, I gotta be careful. And then, missing treatments, cutting treatment short. Little did I know, old Dre gave Elizabeth a certificate of like being compliant and stuff. So there's a lot of favoritism going on in my clinic, you know. They shouldn't be going out to dinners with fucking patients and shit, or getting their nails done with any patients regardless, okay? Because then when problems arise, there are, you know, I'm the bad guy, right? There's no professionalism. That favoritism takes over. It's biased. So I'm ready to switch my clinic at this point. Even though I love the staff, I'm ready to switch. And I know now how to do that. So I'm going to start. It's not a priority. It's not one of my top priorities. But I hate the fucking new clinic anyway, because since they shut my original one down for not being in compliance or something with the water regulations or whatever. But they're supposed to be opening it back up after the COVID epidemic, but I don't know when that'll be, and neither does my nephrologist. So I'm just looking to go to that real nice one. I've showed you guys it before, and it's in another town. But guess what? This car will make it, and we're legal, so we can go wherever we want now. Car is freedom. Money is freedom. So get your money, you'll be able to get things that give you more freedom. And then you can just say, fuck, you can throw your middle finger up and say, I'm out of here, you know. Because that clinic that I'm in now is like really depressing. It's really small. I have anxiety. LOL. I love to fish. What kind of fish would you find up here in the Northwest, Miss Rena? Me too, it's relaxing. Yes, it is, Pickerick. Yes, it is, guys. It's been a while since I've done it. I got a car rolling up on me. Where should we go now, guys? I haven't eaten a lot today. I don't know of anything that's open except at 2:11 a.m. All the bars close and there's going to be laws out. I know that. McDonald's or Taco Bell, those are the only two places I know that'll be open, because unless Denny's is open, but I don't know if they used to be open 24 hours, but I don't think they are. Park over here where I used to live. I really don't want my car getting sprayed with your freaking... Me and Paul lived here for a long time. I'm gonna park. All these right here are for I can park right here. I was getting ready to park in one that... let me turn my lights off. See the doors and stuff? Oh my God, it brings back so many memories. This isn't the one I lived in, but... I think it's hard to hold this phone. I think... there is a, since if I put one right here, you're not gonna be able to see over my dash. But isn't there one I can stick right here and then put the phone on, and that way you guys can see? Rena lives in Kentucky. Well, how could I doubt her fishing abilities? She knows what's up. Do they have... See, like in North Carolina, when I went, you'd have a little carp pond up the road from where we lived. No stores or nothing. I mean, the stores were farther than the carp ponds. But you got there Friday night, and there'd be tons of men and women alike dressed, because there's tons of skeeters out there, dressed with, their whole bodies covered just about, and a bunch of bug repellent on their face, and your hair up. Definitely got to have your hair up. Whoever caught the biggest carp wins $100. That happened every Friday night. You don't have nothing like that around here. But those are fun times, Me too. I was born and raised in the South, and it'll always be a part of me. Even though the lifestyle I've grown out of. When I went back, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. But I'm not going to lie, I couldn't wait to get back to the city. I couldn't wait to get back to Coeur d'Alene, my, as Milton would call it, my pure white bread, racist. Everybody in Idaho's racist, according to Milton. I'm a white supremacist piece of shit compared to him. Go look on Carlos Martinez's channel. He's got a video of it called Milton Not in Love, and it's got me screaming at the end. The one time I really did go off on him for ruining mine and Anderson's relationship. He wouldn't rest. That's the whole point. Like, he came on to me, Milton did a year and a half ago now. And I rejected him because I was dating Anderson. Anderson cussed him out, got rid of him for me like I asked him to. And then I started falling in love with him when I got on dialysis, because he was like telling me when I was in the hospital, Milton was, I don't care what you're doing, if you're in the hospital or what you're doing. When I call, you answer. And I couldn't deal with it because I was too sick and he didn't understand. 222 sick. Well, right there's mine, and that's where we're going. So let's get our camera out here and make sure I don't hit nothing, because I'm going to park right there. God, when I moved in with Paul, I had so much energy, and that apartment was such a mess. It was kind of clean, but it was a mess. Right there it is. I'm going to back up a little bit. See the 222? Wow, guys. Whoa, we're in drive. God. That's where I lived, me and Paul, my deceased husband, for so many years. And Paul had lived here for, God, 10, 12 years. And Paul always paid his rent on time. Always. He was a stickler about that, because his biggest fear was being homeless. And when he told the person, and this place is so nice, they have so many nice amenities that are free to the residents here. Plus, this is like extremely cheap, or at least it was. It was only $400 a month. You didn't need to burn air conditioner in the summer here. You'd see all kinds of wild turkeys, deers, and stuff in the back, because there's a sliding glass door in there. It has a fireplace. It's a 1-bedroom. It's a 1-bath. And it has a great big old living room and then a nice little kitchenette, or nice little kitchen, and I clean that shit sucker top to bottom. And, Paul had been so good, and we had, they have a gym here, a hot tub, pools, tennis court, indoor and outdoor pool here, folks, and it's all free to use. Even if you know somebody that lives here, you can use it. And it's got washer and dryer facilities, but you do have to pay for those. And Paul finally told him, hey, my fiance's here, she needs to be put on the lease. And because the people that have, work around here, like the landscapers, had seen me for so many years, Rena. Hold on, baby, I'll answer you. They told the front desk manager, or whoever manages, or the owner or whatever, she's been here like over a year to 6 months, she didn't just move in. And Paul told him the truth too when they asked him, he said, Yeah, she's lived here, but I told you she was coming. I'm just now getting around to putting her on the lease. And they kicked us out for that. They gave us 30 days to leave. And that's when we found that big old 2-bedroom that I've shown you guys out on Ramsey that Paul died in. So, but Paul had good credit. He had amazing credit. So, and I did too until he died. And all his medical shit came to me because this is a community property state. So before you get married, folks, make sure you're don't do it in a community property state. Because if they die, all their debt becomes yours. And even if they have perfect credit and no debt when they die, guess what? They're not going to be able to work. You're probably not going to be able to afford Cobra. And if they die before you do, you're going to accumulate every bit of medical debt that for hospice to whatever. And that's what ruined my credit. And so that's why I have to do things like, find private owners and stuff, and I hope, this is why it's been so hard for me to get a decent car before now. But to be honest, I don't want to be in debt, because when I did have nice credit, I opened up some of the hardest credit cards you could get, like at Best Buy. Well, if you can get a Best Buy card, you're rolling in credit. But see, I'd rack it up more than I could pay it off. And so I did end up paying it all off, though, because I had $130 in the bank. $1,000. And, then Paul's medical bills started catching up to me, and they sued me and stuff, and I lost that money. But that's just money. I don't care. I'd trade that freaking money for even a minute to see Paul again. I really would. I love catfishing. Catfishing, yeah. Catfish, God, those are great. Bass and catfish, both are huge. It's hard for me to believe that you fell in love with Milton. Yeah, I fell in love with Milton. I do love Milton, and I see a whole different side of Milton now. I don't want to fight with him anymore. I mean, he blocked my new account when I left so many loving messages, and I thought, well, typically before, when you blocked somebody's account, or when someone blocked your account, you couldn't see their responses to comments on their videos. But I could still see his responses. And then I tried to go into one of his live streams, and I asked Noodles, can you see me? And Noodles said no, and I had already been blocked. I didn't even do anything. So I made a video, and it was a heartfelt video to Milton, and I first started talking about Noodles, because I was worried about Noodles, and most of it was about Milton. I just haven't uploaded it yet. And yeah, we got 22 in here, 221, a lot of lurkers. But guys, I've had 5 to 7 people tell me that they're so shy, but they are good people. They're supporters. They comment sometimes, and they plus it's late in some areas. People are just listening. I've had people tell me they love my voice, so they'll just listen until they fall asleep. But I've had at least either 5 to 7 people tell me they never comment, but they just lurk but they're not haters. They leave thumbs up, and But I do have some haters. But then again, some people could just be starting their days, 2, 3, 4, 5:30 on the East Coast right now. So they may be getting up, going to work and stuff, and just listening. Milton is a window licker. What's up, Biker Aussie? That's what Daddy Carlos said the other day. But yeah, they kicked us out of here. And this was my favorite apartment that I've ever lived in. Alright guys. I forgot to take one more medication. I'm gonna show you guys my bag here. Hold on, let me get it. I don't want to set you guys down too hard, or it sounds like somebody's busting your eardrum. So these are medications. I mean, look in this bag. I mean, oh, the one I was looking for, though. I'm gonna take right now. Is there anything I have to enhance that? Because I'm gonna be so fucking anxious. I needed to take this blood pressure pill, though. Oh, and I need to take my vitamin. It's a B vitamin. Finally got one of my calcitrol or whatever pills that took 6 months or more. At least 4 months. God, they went around and around with my insurance trying to get that medication for me. And what it does, guys, besides so I get vitamin D at dialysis, and now I get a new medication that keeps a hormone that my body naturally produces, that my kidneys regulate. Well, my kidneys don't function well enough to regulate them now. But it keeps that hormone from, going out of whack and saying, oh, Abby doesn't have enough calcium in her. Let's take it from her bones. So, I finally started getting that. And I'm going to take me a caffeine pill here that has 200 milligrams. And then drink my Red Bull. Do you guys ever notice how, Coats, now don't get me wrong, I like Coats. I like Gerald. But he drinks a ton of energy drinks. A lot more than me, granted. But I drink a lot. When you think about the amount of caffeine pills that I ingest versus the caffeine that I drink, it's probably about the same amount of equivalent of caffeine that he's getting through those drinks. I just take caffeine pills more so that I don't have as much fluid in my body to have to pull off on that dialysis machine, because that's a painful living hell to have done. So, but do you guys ever notice how hyped up he is? He's super sensitive to caffeine, and I would think, you'd think after he's drank energy drinks since I've first known him, and that was been over a year ago. But by God, he gets to hyping up and ramping up and like he's on speed or something. Now, of course, I know that Gerald doesn't do drugs. I know that it's the caffeine. But man, is he hypersensitive. It's like he's built no tolerance at all. But he does have good taste in energy drinks because he likes energy drinks that I like. But have you guys noticed that I'm not like that? I don't get that hyped up no matter how much caffeine I take. My body's built a strong tolerance to it, even though I've been really good about, like when I'm out of anti-anxiety medication, I don't drink them at all because they throw me into panic. So, I don't know. Excuse me. Like, I'm not like that. I'm never that hyped up. I don't want to be. I have anxiety, What are you lovely gentlemen and ladies saying? I missed you guys. I just want you to know that. I really do. I do need to eat, Rena. I'm bad about eating. But my doctor's really happy with the weight I've lost. So there's that. My labs are good. They're in range. Because you guys know that I eat crappy a lot of the time. And I've been doing better. I really have, but still kind of crappy. And, like, I've been getting some of them Amy's vegetarian meals, but they're like $6.99. And now that I have a $400 car payment, that shit's going to have to stop. So it'll be more crappy food, but the thing is, I only eat once a day. That's how